have amongst us someone who doesn't really need an introduction. Our guest was commissioned into the army in 1959. He rose the ranks and assumed the position of the 19th Chief of Army Staff in 1989, and then the position of the Chairman, Chief of Staff Committee of India in 1997. In this capacity, he has led India and the Indian Army to the nation's most bravest and heartfelt victories, the Kargil War. Our guest here today is going to speak about the Kargil War, the Naga battalion's valor, efforts, and invaluable contributions to it, alongside some insights into the Indian Army. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome a national icon and a beloved advisor to us at IIMUN, General Prakash Malik sir.
Jai Hind. Good evening, Salam. I would say nice being here again. I'm coming here after a very long time. Just been thinking, where do I start really? I think I'll start with IIMUN, although you heard a lot about it and the kind of work that they are doing and the kind of discipline we are trying to convey to people, the kind of Indianship of being proud Indian that we are trying to convey to everybody in India, not only in India but abroad. And as you heard again and again, this organization, which is now 10 years old, is run by and led by young people. I am an exception. I am the oldest member. Others are all 37, 38 maximum. And I am 82 years, so you know the difference. But I'm so happy that it's already reached a place on one corner of India, or one, I would say, eastern side of India, Kohima, and it has been there. So I want to also thank the Kohima chapter. I think the next thing I want to say is that, as I said, I'm here after 32 years. I picked up my Major General's rank in Zakhama. In fact, I came to Zakhama as a brigadier, and on Christmas Day, 1989, I was made Major General. So, Zakhama was a very good, I would say, it proved to be a very good step for me to be able to go further in my career. And before that, I must also add that way back in 74, 75, 76, as a Lieutenant Colonel, I got the opportunity of seeing Nagaland when my battalion was located in Makokcho. And that is the time, I know, I don't think any one of you would have been born. You were all so young. But after coming to this place today, how do I find Kohima? It's changed beyond my imagination. I now see boys who are looking so smart, smarter than many schools that I have seen in India. I see girls who are not only smart, but they are beautiful, looking as good as one likes to see a girl. I see a school which in 1989-90 was not imaginable that you will have a hall like this, you will have premises like this. Kohima has changed. It's got a bit congested for my liking, but otherwise it's good to see the cheerful people and, as I said, very smart, good-looking boys and girls. So there is a big change. How many of you are in 10th class or 10th standard? Raise your hand. Thank you. When I was your age and in your class, not with you, of course, that is the time I decided to join the army. And I appeared for the National Defence Academy examination. I got through in that written examination and interview, and then I landed in National Defence Academy, Kargil. 3 years of rigorous training there, and 1 year in Indian Military Academy in Dehradun. At the age of less than 20, I became a lieutenant. It can be done even now. A lot of people ask me, why did you decide to join the army? One reason was I didn't want to study physics anymore. I didn't like maths either, but between the two I found physics was a little difficult for me. But I found that boys or the officers who are very uniform, they always impressed me. They're very smart. The manners, very impressive. They would always stand up when a young girl or any woman came in front of them. They always held the door of the car to let her enter the car. And the kind of ethics, the kind of integrity they displayed when you met them. And when you talk to them, you realize they were all very adventurous people. They liked outdoor life. They liked to travel. Somebody told me, you join the army and see the world. And that really happened in my career. First, I saw the whole of India, every bit of India, and then I also started seeing the world. So I saw many advantages of joining the army, and I got into that. Subsequently, I must also add that I married an army officer who is sitting here now. Wow. She's a doctor, but then as a doctor she joined the army, and then she decided to marry me, or I decided to marry her. I also must add that today my son is also in the army. He's a brigadier. Soon to become a major general. So it's been a fantastic career, and a career which I have starting from lieutenant, which gave me an opportunity, and of course I must say God's grace was with us, that from lieutenant I became the chief of the army staff, which is the highest rank that one can acquire, and also got an opportunity to lead the Indian Army and my colleagues from the Air Force and Navy during Kargil War. Very satisfying journey. Let me speak to you a little bit about Kargil War. It happened in 1999. We wanted peace with Pakistan. Our Prime Minister went to Pakistan, and between him and the Prime Minister of Pakistan, they signed what we called the Lahore Declaration. And in that declaration it was decided, and it was written and signed by both parties, that we will not fight a war, but we will resolve our differences peacefully, talking to each other. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And within a few months, we had to fight a war. When they tried to occupy part of our territory in the state of Jammu and Kashmir then. At that time, Jammu and Kashmir also included Kargil and Dras. So we had the task given to me and my colleagues from the armed forces was throw them out, but don't cross the border. We still did not want to be seen as a very aggressive nation. So with that mandate, we had to fight the war. Now I want to show you some of the slides just to give you an idea of the kind of terrain in which the Indian Army, including two of your very well-known battalions, 1st Naga Battalion and 2nd Naga Battalion, also participated. We'll talk about the Naga Battalion a little later, but let me show you some slides to indicate or to give you an idea of the terrain where we fought the war. This is a map of Jammu and Kashmir. And the purple line that you see is the line of control, not line of actual control, which is with China, but this is line of control with Pakistan. And there is that yellow line, which is of Siachen Glacier area. And that came about in 1984 when we preempted Pakistan from occupying that area. So we preempted and we got to know about it. We went before, then we occupied that. And you can see the red arrow on the map. That is where the incursion started in the month of May, April-May. I would say end of April-May 1999. Now this is a photograph of the area, actual photograph of the area where the fighting took place. This photograph is the Siachen Glacier. Again, between Siachen Glacier and Kargil sector, and you see the kind of crevices that come about during summer, particularly in the month of March and April. And you have to be prepared for all these obstacles when you are patrolling in those areas. During winter, this is how our patrols move. We have to rope each other. We have to, so that even if somebody falls down, the others can hold him and we don't suffer casualties. And we all follow like that. These are the kind of helipads sometimes we have to create there so that we can land. And at that altitude where this kind of helipad is made, incidentally the helicopters cannot carry full load. Because of the height, the weight carrying capacity is reduced to almost half and sometimes even less. These are the actual photographs now of Kargil sector. That is where all the battalions who were there in that sector, they fought, including 1st Naga and 2nd Naga battalions also. And these photographs were taken during the war. These are all photographs taken during that war period. And this is that famous Tiger Hill. I don't know how many of you have heard about that. Anybody who has heard it who has been there, raise your hand. So I recommend that you have your next trip to see the country, go to Ladakh, go to Kargil sector. It's a fantastic place. Over here you have so much of greenery that sometimes people get tired of seeing so much of greenery. There you will not find a blade of grass. And it's a totally different kind of, that is the beauty of India's diversity, geographically, in terms of population, the kind of languages, as you just now heard, and in terms of dresses, the cuisine, and that is a beautiful part, which is all in the Indian Armed Forces, together. We fight together. And next. This is a photograph from Battalion sector and a helicopter shot. And the red line I have marked myself so that you can make out the other side is Pakistan, this side is, it's not there on the ground incidentally. And during the war, sometimes the helicopter would, not knowing, would go that side. Today they don't do it because they got accurate GPS. Those days we did not have GPS as accurate as they are today. This is what I have always believed, and I just want to pass this on to you. I do believe that in our life we do face challenges, we do face adversities, but then you are a man or a woman, if you don't bend down, you stand up, face that, and beat that challenge. That is how I have felt, and I want every one of you to feel that way. Adversities, challenges will come your way. Don't ever be afraid. It's in you. If you are determined, you will face that and you will beat that challenge and you will succeed. I think that is an important part. This is what I would tell my Jawans during the war when I met them on the ground. My headquarters was in Delhi, but every 6 days I would go to the war sites and meet the men. And this is what I told them, that the enemy has started the war, fired the first shot. Last shot will be fired by us. And the war will end on our terms. And that's exactly what we did, the Indian Armed Forces. So what did we do? We are a big nation. We are a strong nation, I can assure you. We are a strong nation in terms of our population, in terms of diversity that we have. We are a strong nation in terms of our economy today. We are a strong nation in terms of our military also. This is what they did. This is what we did to them. We will reach you here, but if we do not succeed in Kargil sector, we will come enter your territory anywhere else also. And we confronted them this situation. And that is what made their Prime Minister run first to China and then to USA and other places. And he says, "Humko bachao, humko jaane do wahan se." And that is how we won the war. Here is one hero, Captain Vikram Batra, who got the highest military award. Who is this man? How many of you know him? Can I ask this question? Why the others don't know him? You ought to know him. His parents are sitting here. His sister is sitting here. And I met them today. I felt very proud meeting them today. they do deserve a sound applause for the sacrifice that they made. I remember when his body was being brought from Dimapur to Kohima. At that time, this complete road had people on either side showering flowers on him. That is Nagaland. That is the spirit of Nagaland. And I think the whole of India realized what Nagaland is, what it means for the country. Yeah, his parents. This is your photograph. I told you that I had one photograph there. Who's this person? How many know him? How many of you know him? No? I'm surprised. Sir, you have to do better in this school. If you don't know your own heroes, I think you need to teach them. Anybody who knows his name? Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Okay, now what I am going to do, sitting here with me here, there are two officers from Naga battalions who fought for them. And I'm going to ask both of them to just give in their words to you, to tell them what kind of fighting they did during Kargil War. Captain Saab, आप बोलेंगे?
जय हिंद। मैं रिटायर्ड सिविल ऑनरेरी लेफ्टिनेंट विकोत्सो कार्गिल वॉर में वहाँ कार्गिल वॉर में जाते हैं कार्गिल वॉर लगा लो कहानी अपने के लिए बनाई दी हो 7 जुलाई 1995 पे वहाँ श्रीनगर में शेयर ऑफ स्टेट अभिषेक शेयर ऑफ स्टेट मुखल काम घर खड़ा करने इसी टाइम में कार्गिल वॉर कोई अभिषेक तो कार्गिल वॉर टाइम में वहाँ के ऑर्डर भाई से हमने कहा कार्गिल वॉर में जाओ कोई ने इधर लास्ट जून लास्ट वीक पे वहाँ के निगा ऑर्डर पादों वहाँ अपन 6 आवर्स का भीतर ट्रक बस का लोड खुली ने वहाँ अरेंज खुली ने कार्गिल का वहाँ मूव हो जाए तो कार्गिल वॉर में जाते हैं वहाँ जाके कहते जोजिला एक जोजिला जगह है इधर जगह में जाके वहाँ एक्लाइमेटेशन हुई है एक्लाइमेटेशन हुई ने ताकि फाइट प्रैक्टिस का हुई है फाइट प्रैक्टिस हुई ने वहाँ ला एक पार्टी जैसे जम्मू ने सपोर्ट वेपन कलेक्शन हुई है तो इधर टाइम में वहाँ तले जाके 4 दिन एक्लाइमेटेशन हुई ने फाइट प्रैक्टिस हुई ने वहाँ ला सीओ साहब को जाके ब्रिगेडियर साहब के लोग हुई ने ताकि ब्रीफिंग लगी ना आई ब्रीफिंग लगी ना आई कि ने वहाँ के इधर टाइम आते वहाँ के लोग ने तहम वहाँ के दूसरा टास्क दी ऑपरेशन लगा जगह ने दूसरा दी एक कल इधर टाइगर हिल इतिहास टाइगर हिल दिखा दो और एक कल मस्को वैली दे तो टाइगर हिल दे वहाँ ना जाके ने क्लाइमेटेशन हुआ टाइम एक सिखलाई पड़ा तभी कैप्चर कर लो टाइगर हिल दो तो वहाँ के दूसरा टास्क पैसे मस्को हिल दे उन मस्को हिल दे जाते हैं तो वहाँ कोई 475 पे तभी 13 डिग्री पड़ा कोई 475 तो कैप्चर कर लेते हैं तो वहाँ तभी जाएगी ने वहाँ ला 5 बेस बनाई है 5 बेस बनाई के लिए वहाँ तभी 5 बेस बना के लिए वहाँ ऑपरेशन लॉन्च करने लगी है इस टाइम में वहाँ लगा 5 बेस दे आर्टिलरी फायर आई है वहाँ ला 5 बेस दे आर्टिलरी फायर आई के लिए वहाँ ला 5 बेस तो তাতে মহালা 8জন সাথী 8জনটো তাতে শহীদ হৈ গৈছে তো মহালা ফায়ার সাপোর্টটো সব জায়গায় আছে itu টাইমে মহান্দি অলপ কমজোর তো হয়ে যাচ্ছে মহালা ফায়ার সাপোর্ট না থাকার কারণে অলরেডি डेल्टा कंपनी गवर्नर मेजर समीर भदौरिया साहब लगा अंडर कमांड है डेल्टा कंपनी ताते मैं भी थी तो मोहन इतु राति रे इतु पोस्ट तो कैप्चर करबो नहीं जाय छे मोहन ना फायर सपोर्ट खगाना हजर मोहन ताते जायगे ने ऑपरेशन जो सक्सेस हुई छे मोहन एक पोस्ट कैप्चर हुई छे इतु दूसरा दिन में लेफ्टिनेंट डीके सरवत साहब और ता लगले इंडिया कम पहन जायगे रेकी दुनिया तक लाभ तो पोजिशन जो देखी के आई से तो तारे तखन साम खाने जायगे रेक हुई से वो तो पोजिशन जो रेक पूरी के तारे दुश्मन के बेसि नुकसान हो जाए तक लाभ तो पोजिशन की कैप्चर की हुई से
थैंक यू Let me add something which probably he may not know or he may not remember. In that one battle that he just now described, his battalion captured heavy mortars of Pakistan, 4.2 inch mortars. So everybody was very excited that we have not only captured the feature, which was but we've also captured their heavy weapons. So that day in the morning, when I got the news, I rang up Mr. S.C. Jamil, who was the chief minister here. And I told him, I said that I want to give you a happy news that our battalion, Naga battalion, has not only captured this particular feature, but they have also captured enemy heavy mortars with a lot of ammunition there. So obviously he was also very happy, and those days the state assembly was in session. So Mr. Jamil asked me, can I announce it in the assembly? I said, most certainly, and you can tell them that the Chief of Army Staff has told you that this is what our Naga battalion has done. Similar sound. You hear another story from people who fought the war. I didn't fight it. They were the ones who were shooting.
Saudi ko Jai Hind. Respected General VP Malik साहब, ये इसका सोच और ताला लीडरशिप बाल हुआ करने इंडिया कारगिल लड़ाई टाइम पे मोहन जीती है और मोला नाम सुविधा कुबिंगो फर्स्ट नागा इक्या मुझे 164 किए थे पोस्ट इन हाइवे में याते सर्विस पूरे আছে মই इतो कारगिल लड़ा टाइम पे মই ला सर्विस 2 साल থাকিছে 2 साल तो मैं अल्फा कंपनी इतो नंबर 3 प्लाटून 2 सेक्शन दे एलएमजी नंबर 2 থাকিছে एलएमजी जो है पूरा नाम जो है लाइट मिसिंग बम न्या पे तो मोगानी टू टाइम पे मोगा नासियो साहब कर्नल टीए पाटिल साहब सेना मेडल इसने अल्फा कमानी को टास्क किया तो बोली पहाड़ लाभ पड़े इतो एनिमी আছে इतो कैप्चर पूरी कोने आदेश दिसे तो Mogan Alpha Kumani. Itu totally part militant laga itu MMG post. We don't missing down. Nyakwe. तो itu post capture करो जाता है itu totally पहाड़ पे किसी ऊंचा है. अब वो itu जाता है के तगन ऊपर आते मोगन तो नीचे बड़ा ऊपर उठ आते. तो तगन फाड़ पूरा तो itu तो किसी मुश्किल हो जाए मोगन. itu एक पॉइंट आता है. और दूसरा जो है कहते तो पहाड़ आते जो पहाड़े जाओगे तो जो आते हैं कि तू जो भी सामान लेके वो भी चढ़ना है. और एक जो है हवा कि तू किसी कम आते ऑक्सीजन तो जो ऊपर होते हैं क्लाइंब पूरा टाइम दे किसी दुख पड़ा ऊपर होती है itu पोस्ट एमएमजी पोस्ट itu कैप्चर पुलिस है मोहन. तो itu capture woi se to moi bagi te mokan tu naga war se moi tu bagi jiman tawda na moi ina ku thagi se aro itu capture pura kate mokan manu itu sipai asuli tai itu tai guli lagi ne tai muri jai se tai तो ताई क्या ताला अवार्ड जो है बीआरसी अवार्ड कैसे बीआरसी वीर चक्र. तो लड़ाई टाइम को वीर चक्र एक अवार्ड तो किसी ढंगों लगा से वो इतु ताले पाए तो मुझे तो भाभी खागे मोगान नागा मानो नागा रेजिमेंट इंडिया आर्मी के जाएंगे तो लड़ाई पूरा टाइम पे नागा रेजिमेंट बड़ा क्रॉस लड़ाई पुलिस है और पोस्ट भी कब्जा पुलिस है. तो मुझे तो इतना भावे मुझे itu mogan देश इंडिया और पाकिस्तान देश ने लड़ाई पूरा में मोगान नागा रेजिमेंट में itu पार्टिसिपेट पूरी से itu टाइम में भी नागा रेजिमेंट है एक छोटा सा हिस्सा में भी इसमें पार्ट हिस्सा हुई है. तो मैं तो हर कोई itu टाइम थकी से मैं भी बाल ना भाग गए. और जो भी हुआ है जो हमारा जो इंजीनियर साहब है उसी का जो भी आएगा जो कमांडर है उसी का जो सोच प्लानिंग जो लीडरशिप अच्छा होगा. जो भी चीज में से सक्सेसफुल मिलेगा इसका वजह से ये मिला है. थैंक यू.
Naga regiment is one of our youngest regiment, I must tell you that. And the first battalion was raised in 1971, and then within a few months they participated in 71 war. Today, I think we've got 3 battalions. And there is also the Home and Health Battalion, PA Battalion here. Surya Sahab is part of that battalion. And they're doing excellent job wherever they are. So you have an opportunity to join the army, not only in Naga regiment, but in the rest of the army also. Because today, anybody from anywhere in India, you can become an officer, you can become a Jawan, and then rise to the rank of Honorary Lieutenant that you have seen here. And be proud of your heritage and as part of India. Thank you very much. And after this, if there are any questions and you want to ask me, I'll try and answer. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.